Does it say it's recording?
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it now. Good. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, well, everyone, welcome to the call. I am Natalie. I have been a coach on the team for coming up on 2 years at the end of June. If you're new on this call, we kind of do this new welcome thing at the beginning of it, but want to welcome you guys here and just remind you guys that you need to start your Beachbody Challenge, your Beachbody program. Start pushing plan your workout so you can commit to a program and get results yourself. Remember to always be practicing the vital behaviors that is being proof that the product works. Again, that's committing to the program, drinking your shakes, and sharing that with other people, connecting, inviting, and following up, which I'm going to talk about those things on this call. Help people get results the way you are getting results, and do your personal development, which is huge. I'm also going to talk about that on the call. As a coach, you want to hit Success Club 6 or above every single month. The goal in your first month is to help 3 new people, whether it being challengers or coaches, and hitting Emerald as well in your first month, which just means that you have 2 new coaches, one on your right side, one on your left side. You also want to focus on hitting Success Club every single month consistently in your business. And as a brand new coach, you can earn a free ticket to the coaching summit by helping 3 people 3 consecutive months in a row. I think this time, if you do that now as a new coach, you're not getting this year's summit ticket, but you're getting the next summit ticket, which would be 2020. Making sure that you are completing your Start Strong checklist with your coach, scheduling your first call with your coach, and plugging into team trainings and be on team calls, which you're on this call now, which is great. And then duplicate that. Basically, you are going to help your customers and your coaches get results and help your coaches move their businesses forward by doing the same things that you are doing in your business. Go to the next slide here. For recognition, I am going to just say first names here because I don't want to butcher everyone's names. But the top Success Club point, sorry guys, earners this month so far are Carolyn with 12, myself with 12, Emmy with 10, Success Club 5 and up, Lauren with 8, Brittany with 8, which I believe she's actually at 10 now, Amber with 8, and Brittany Long with 6. Success Club 4, we have Sarah, Michelle, Jennifer, Allison, and Stephanie. Success Club 2, we have Kelsey, Emily, Alexa, Amber, Alex, Valeria, Jessica, Sherry, Jennifer, Chelsea, Lindsay, Rebecca, Spate, Sammy, and Rebecca Frisoli. Top tribe builders this month, we have myself with 3 new coaches, Emmy with 3, Carolyn with 3, Brittany with 3, Madeline with 2, Brittany with 2, Tasha with 1 new coach. The rest of these people have 1 new coach: Valeria, Ruby, Rebecca, Michelle, Lindsay, Lauren, Jessica, Emily. Elias is actually Sammy's fiance, so technically Sammy. Amber, Salmon, Amber Chalker, Allison, and Alexa. The top PV producers this month, in the 1000 Club, we have myself, Carolyn's Secondary Business Center, Lauren and Christy. And the 700 Club, we have, sorry, I have to move this. We have Carolyn, her first business center, I would assume, Brittany, Jennifer, Emmy, Sammy, and Stephanie. The 500 Club, we have Sarah, Chelsea, Rebecca, Allison, Amber, and Michelle. And then the 300 Club, we have Randy, sorry, I have to move this again, Lindsay, Valeria, Brent Atkinson, which is Sarah's boyfriend, Emmy, Lindsay, Lauren, Jessica, Madeline, Lenore, and Tara. So congratulations to everyone that is on here. That is amazing. That means that you're helping people and helping people get started on their health and fitness journey, which is going to grow your business. The coach of the week is Sarah, and I don't know if Emmy, do you want to talk about her for a second?
Totally, yeah. Sarah is the coach of the week, and she's been going live. She went Monday, and then she'll go again Wednesday and Friday. And if you don't know, she is amazing. She's been a coach almost 2 years now, and I could say a lot, but like she's literally changed her whole life because of the work she's done with this, she's been able to move to her dream state. Now she is engaged and pregnant. So like, she's just amazing and is super real. And yeah, I could like gush for 20 minutes, but I won't. But tune into her videos. She's amazing. She's sharing tons of value and working really, really hard.
Awesome. Congratulations, Sarah. I've been enjoying watching your live videos, and I always enjoy watching you on Instagram. So keep it up. Summit tickets are still on sale. If you have not bought your Summit ticket yet, I highly recommend doing that. I was a new coach at Summit last year, and it was completely life-changing for me. You don't want to miss this. Rachel Hollis is going to be there, so I don't know if you guys know who that is, but she has written the Girl Stop Apologizing and Girl Wash Your Face books, and she's awesome, so that will be a lot of fun. If you're a new coach, again, you can earn that ticket by helping 3 people for your first 3 months in a row. That's going to be for 2020, but if this ticket is on sale now, I'm telling you, you want to buy this ticket. It is a life-changing weekend. If you think that you are on fire about this business now, when you leave that weekend, you're going to be like to the moon. So buy your ticket if you have not yet. It's a great investment for your business. And then as you grow your business, you can earn your spot at these awesome team events. We have a diamond retreat, leadership retreat, Success Club trips, which our team just got back from last month. We have Summit, which I just talked about, where you can earn photo ops with the trainers and get invited to exclusive parties. There's New Leader Conference, which you must be a 1-star diamond to attend that. There is the Elite Leadership Retreat, which is in Arizona, and you must be a 5-star diamond to attend that. So it's really cool. As you start to grow your business, you get to start, traveling and going on awesome trips with your team and with other people and coaches in the network, which is a lot of fun. I personally have only been on one of these, which are 2 of them, Summit and Success Club trip. Both were amazing, so I can only imagine what it's like to be on those diamond retreats and leadership retreats as well. And I think that is it for recognition. So let me go here. Okay, can you guys see this? Okay, so today, you guys, I'm going to talk about things that we have in this business that we can consider weaknesses and how to use those weaknesses to become more action-oriented in your business. As we know, this is a business that in order to succeed, you have to take action. And I think that a lot of people kind of more do the motion rather than action, which just means, for example, let's say you want to start sharing about the coaching opportunity, or you want to start inviting more, or you want to post more on social media, but instead of actually, ripping the Band-Aid off and doing those things, what you're doing is saving other people's posts, thinking that, oh, I might want to try something like this later, or, thinking about changing the color scheme of your Instagram, or writing down the best ways to reach out to people rather than just doing it and taking the action. So as I started this business, I thought it would be beneficial for me to kind of talk about the things that I struggled with a lot in the beginning and the things that I've done to overcome them and create systems and take action to no longer have those be weaknesses for me right now in my business. And I see there's like a lot going on in the chat, but I can't see it, so I can answer questions if there's anything important at the end. Okay, so I'm just going to read what action-oriented really means. We all know that making good business decisions is important, but making sure those decisions are implemented is also really essential to your success. If you're highly action-oriented, you're the type of person who gets things done no matter what. You make good on your commitments, you make sure other people do as well, and when you need to do a project or you need to follow through on something, you get it done. Example being on this team call, everyone on this team knows that there is a team call on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. and all of you are here, you took the action to be here, you didn't talk about being here, not showing up. So even something which seems as little as a team call, showing up on those consistently every single week is going to help grow your business. It shows that you're committed, it shows that you care, and it shows that you are here to learn and change your life. So something as simple as that is extremely important to your business. I've noticed great success when I'm showing up on these team calls. whether it's, getting something that you can actually physically implement, or if it's getting something that's going to make you feel really good and excited and motivated. So for me, when I first started, these were my main weaknesses. So what I'm going to kind of do is go through and talk about these, and then I'm going to share with you guys what I have done to learn from those and take action to make myself better in these areas. So for me, posting was something that was just like, I wasn't going to do it. It was scary for me. It was hard. I refused to post more than 2 times a week. It worked for me until it didn't. Like, we all have a warm market. We can all invite people and reach out to people. But the reality is, people need to be exposed to something more than 1 time, more than 2 times, more than 5 times to kind of decide if they trust you and if they want to, work with you. And I remember on my Getting Started Right call with Brittany, she shared with me how important it was to post. And I actually knew that because I reached out to Brittany when I started out in here in this business, because I saw her posts and I saw what she was sharing and like talking about in her stories. At the time, I didn't know it was Beachbody. I didn't know what it was, but it was super intriguing to me. So me personally, I wouldn't have even known about this business if Brittany wasn't sharing about it. So I knew it was important, but I think it went more into me being more worried about what other people were going to think about my posts than me having the fear of like the physical post itself. So it was really scary for me. I knew that it was something that I should do, but I just didn't at first. Personal development, I knew it was important, but simply would put it off. I knew I felt better when I did it, but I still did not take action on it. I actually at one point had Brittany checking in with me saying, can you text me twice a week asking me when I'm going to do my personal development for the week? Because I just simply wasn't doing it. I knew that it did make me feel good, but I knew that there were other things to be done as well. And the only action that I really cared about when I first started was inviting my warm market, which I know is like a really good thing to do, but I wasn't doing the other things that were going to like fill my pipeline up and get me prepared for when that warm market actually started to dry out. In terms of selling, I wanted to put this on here, although I didn't really struggle with it that much. When I started, I didn't think I was going to be able to sell. I wasn't super concerned about it because, again, I saw the way Brittany was sharing her journey, and to me, she didn't seem like she was selling anything. But I did in the past struggle because I knew a lot of people that were Beachbody coaches or were in MLMs, and I got a weird vibe from them sometimes. I don't know if it was like myself not doing, I guess not, my personal development wasn't there. I was a little bit more judgmental. I felt that some people came at me the wrong way, and other times when I was approached about it. So it was really important for me to make sure that with doing this business, I knew that I trusted the programs and the products, or I wouldn't have done this to begin with. But I also knew that I wasn't doing this to try to sell something to someone. I was simply just sharing my experience, sharing my journey, and hoping that someone is going to get out of this what I got. So it wasn't a huge problem for me, but I did know when I started that I did not want to look like those people that I had come after me or had people on my social media that was like super icky and like gross to me. So that's why I wanted to put that on there, just making sure that you're sharing your journey and being authentic and remembering, your reason why you're doing this and what you have to offer, rather than let's just get 2 successful points. Let's make $50. Let's, don't make it about the results as much. Make it about, finding someone who is really going to benefit from this and someone who can, help change your life. Follow-ups, I was the absolute worst at this. I simply just did not do them. I had no system for them. I only tracked people that responded to me. So I literally had a notebook, and if I invited like 10 people, anyone that answered me back, I would write their name down, and then I would check in with those people like all the time. But I wasn't following up with people who weren't actually reading my messages, and that was a huge problem, and it really held me back in my business at first. It got to the point where I was like scrolling through my Instagram messages or my Facebook messages and like saying like, holy shit, I like forgot about like 10 people. So I wasn't tracking, I was not following up. And to be honest with you, until probably like 2 months ago, I still wasn't the best at doing my follow-ups until I got a system that forced me to do it, because I knew it was the way that was going to move my business forward and make people trust me and believe that I could help them. So I'm assuming that these are probably some of the same exact things that you guys struggle with too. I know that in previous calls as well, I know a lot of people were saying I really need to work on doing my follow-ups. It's really, really important. You guys, like, I would say 90% of the results I have every single month come from follow-ups now. When you're inviting people the first time, you're planting a seed with them. 90%, probably 99% chance you don't sign them up from probably until 2 to 3 months from that initial reach out. You will have the people that will sign up with you, but you aren't trusting, no one's going to trust you. What you're doing is you're planting that seed. But if you're not doing the other things like posting and doing personal development and following up, they're not going to see that you have all the things that you need to make this work for them too. So making sure that you're showing up and following up is really, really key to seeing success in your business long term. So some of the things that, and on that side, I also said if you don't find a way to get over your weaknesses, you'll get stuck really quick in your business, which may lead you to want to give up or not take action at all. So for me, these are the things that I did that helped me to find a system or a plan or a way to make my weaknesses become my strengths. So for posting, I started to use an app called Plan. I don't know if you guys know who Jenna Kutcher is, but she owns the app, and it's basically a way to plan out your posts, pre-plan them. You can type out your captions in there. You can kind of save hashtags in there. You can see analytics of when your posts are performing the best for your audience, when you should and shouldn't post. There's a lot of different tools in there that help you to utilize what Instagram has to offer in terms of your own posts. I bought a couple of presets, maybe spent $30 on them to make my pictures pretty. Your Instagram page is like your storefront basically. So if you're like connecting with people and trying to get people's eyes on your page and you get them there and they don't see anything that's worth looking at, they're not going to follow you back and they're not going to stay on your page. I made an action plan for myself to make posting fun by making my page pretty because I'm a visual person, and to me, I'm obsessed with like a pretty Instagram feed. So I know for me personally, some people may not be. But like when I go to follow someone, anytime I'm hitting the follow button on any type of influencer or anyone on Instagram, it's because I'm very drawn to what their page looks like. So it is really important. I know that some people spend way too much time trying to make their Instagrams look pretty. So find an app, find a preset, find something that, cuts the time in half, because I used to sit and play around with the filters on my photos for like 35 minutes, which is probably why I wasn't doing follow-ups, because I didn't have time, because I was wasting my time trying to make my pictures perfect. So although it is important for your feed to look good, it's important to find a way to create a system so you're not spending too much time on one specific item in your power hour. Personal development, I simply bought better books. For me, I really enjoyed like the mushy gushy, like You Are a Badass and those types of books for a little bit. But when you get to the 1 year mark in your business and you've read like 10 books that are like that stuff, those feelings, that stuff already. And for me, being action oriented, I needed books that were going to give me physical things that I can implement rather than books that just made me feel good. So I started reading different books, and honestly, it made me excited to read them. I wasn't putting it off. I made a plan as to when I'm going to read my personal development, which I will get to. But I did notice a big increase in my success when I was doing personal development every single day. Something that I recommend to my team all the time is listening to Melanie Mitro's podcast from episode 1 to now. So I listened to every single one of her podcast episodes, and it's on my drive to work. She relates a lot of things to network marketing businesses, specifically this business. So I really benefited from that and still benefit from it. So that's a great podcast to listen to. Again, find the books that work for you. If it's not a book that you're excited about opening up and reading, probably get a new book. That was something that I had to do. For me, the selling thing, again, it wasn't an issue for me, but making sure you're just sharing this with everyone. Don't feel afraid to invite someone. There are a lot of businesses out there that are a lot more challenging that require you to talk face-to-face with people or knock on people's doors to have to promote your product. So we are literally hiding behind phone screens and computers. So just do it. I know Haley Christian, the business, she had a call a long time ago, how she would like put sticky notes all over her computer, like, cause she was so nervous, and she's like, just do it. She would put on rap music or whatever, got her pumped up. But I don't think, like, I'm super introverted and I am not the best like communicator in terms of like being out and doing small talk and talking to random people. But in this business, I know that I have value to offer. I know that I can change someone's life. I know that my life has changed. So why would I not share that with someone else? Again, you can be an introvert or an extrovert or have any type of personality type and still do really well in this business if you show up and you're just not afraid to share what you have to offer. Don't think of it as selling. It is 100% sharing. And once you realize that, your business is really going to change, and people can take notice of how you speak to them if you're trying to help them or if you're trying to sell them on something. So keep that in mind when you are reaching out to people, because that's really important. So follow-up. So now these are non-negotiable in my business. So I used to tell myself, I'll do follow-ups 2 days a week, or I'll do them all in one day, or I'm going to invite 100 people today. And then everyone knows that you can't, like, I couldn't physically, with being a part-time coach, invite 100 people one day and expect myself to follow up with all 100 of those people the next day. So I gave myself something that was more manageable for me. So I try to send 5 to 10 invites every single day. Some days it's more depending on my pipeline. But no matter what I do, every single person that I invite goes into my tracking system, which I use Asana, and I set a reminder for 2 days later to follow up with that person, regardless of if they answer me or if they ignore me. It's a non-negotiable. It's the first thing I do because it's my least favorite thing to do. So when I sit down and do any type of work, I do the follow-ups first. I don't know why it's not my favorite thing to do, but it simply just isn't. So I try to get those done first. And if you use a tracking system, you'll find something that works for you the best that it does, I guess. I used Asana a long time ago to track new connections, and that did not work for me because there was just way too much going on, and I wanted to find something that was simply for me to track invites and follow-up. So I only put my follow-ups in there, but I do have a system that I want to share with you guys that I use for just new connections in general before I send an invite. So tracking your business is a must. So this is a spreadsheet that I created that I use. It's a little bit blurry, but essentially it has a name, and that's where I put a name or an Instagram handle or whatever in a ranking, and then a spot where it says last personal message, and then info about whatever this person or whatever it is. So how I use this is my goal every week is to try to pick up new followers and get new eyes on my page. Any person that comes to my page and follows me after I made it, or after maybe I went and tried to connect with them, I put their name in the spreadsheet. So at the end of every day on your phone, if you look at your Instagram followers from your profile, it shows you the order in which people have followed you. So I'll go through that. I'll spend 5 minutes every single day, and I will add every single name to this spreadsheet and put a 0 next to them if I have not yet reached out to them. Once I reach out to them, they get a 1 next to their name, and they get the date that I reached out to them. I try to have people in both pipeline at all times, meaning always have 5 people in there that I can start a new conversation with, and always having 5 people in there that I can invite. So if you look at all the ones, I typically try to wait 3 to 5 days to invite the people that I started the conversation with. Sometimes people don't answer you in your initial conversation. I simply send something like, hey, thanks for following my page. I hope you enjoy what I have to share. I share about health, fitness, nutrition, my puppy, and my boyfriend. I love your page. It's super adventurous and fun, and it looks like you're into health and fitness too. How did you get started on your journey? Or whatever it is that relates me to them. I try to throw in a question at the end. Not everyone actually replies to that, but in my opinion, if they look at your message, they came to your page, they followed you, they are fair game to invite now. So at any given time, I always have 5 people that I can invite and 5 people that I can start a conversation with every single day. That is the goal. There are times that doesn't happen, but you have to make sure that you are initiating connections in order to get those new followers, to get them on this list. This may not be something that will work for you, but it works really well for me. So for right now, like these April 15th people on here, I will go on here, I will bold the 5 to 10 people depending on the day that I'm going to invite, and those are the people I invite. They go right into my Asana, they get deleted off this list. So this list is always cycling through, but I always have people to either connect with or invite. So this has been huge for me, and I started this, I think, in January, or maybe, no, I think it may have been October of last year, but I'm finally working a good system with it. So if you want me to share this with you, I can. There's this little ranking arrow on here. You can put it in order by like ranking or by date or when you last talked to them or by any type of like anything in these categories. So if you guys do want that, I can totally share that with you. But it's been really, really cool for me because I'm not just constantly like pretty much anyone who's liking my posts anymore are people that I've already talked to, already invited. So as you're getting new people to your page, you want to keep track of that because I, for a long time, was just inviting people who are liking my stuff. And I'm like, I already invited all these people. I need a new way to get people to connect with me and me to get people to invite. So it doesn't feel like it's super spammy and cold invites. I typically don't really ever invite anyone unless I've attempted to make a new conversation with them, unless they like vote on a poll or they do like a post where it's a call to action or something along those lines. I don't know. I keep seeing the chat, but I can't see it. Are there any questions or anything in there that I'm missing? Oops.
Not yet. Just
Not
people want your spreadsheet. That's all.
Okay. Okay. So with, taking action and, not all of us are full-time coaches. I do this from home 2 days a week, but in the pockets of my day, I have come up with a way to have a plan every single day of what my day looks like. And I try to do this every Sunday to make sure that I set myself up for success. So if you notice, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., non-negotiable, that's my morning routine block. And in that time, I wake up, I try to get out of bed by 4:45 or 5, make my pre-workout. I start my workout at 6, so I have an hour to do work and personal development before I actually start my workout. So typically, I'll drink my pre-workout and I will read 15 to 20 minutes of personal development. I'll then go through my Instagram messages and reply to any messages. I tend to do it in the morning just to kind of clear stuff out. And then I'll set a timer depending on how much time I have left before 6 a.m. And I will set a timer on my phone for 15 or 20 minutes, again, depending on the time. And I will try to find new people on Instagram and connect with new people. I know it's early in the morning, but my theory has always been most people are going to wake up and look at their phone right away, and they're probably going to see all the notifications. Whereas if I'm doing it on my lunch break or a random time, people are on their phones and it's easy to miss stuff. So I don't know that there's any like proof behind that actually being a thing, but I know like when I wake up in the morning and I see my notifications, it like bombards me. So not that I'm trying to bombard people, but I am trying to get myself noticed so that their eyes are back on my page. And typically when I do that, on my lunch break, I'm able to add multiple people to that spreadsheet that I just showed you guys because people have now woken up. They're now looking at their social media and they're back on my page. So that then gives me, when I get home from work, when I sit down to get any work done, that gives me time to throw them in the spreadsheet and to start a conversation with them. You'll notice in there I have my like full-time job or part-time, full-time, whatever it is for the week, but I have my office hours on there, and then I have when I eat dinner, 5:45 to 6:45, and then I have all of, like the team events on here, and then I have like unplugged from 9 to 10. So I try to go to bed at 10 o'clock, and in between the dinner, the team stuff, and before 9, I'll finish anything that I need to have finished on my power hour on my tracker. So I know that we started implementing the whole tracker in the team page. Make sure that you guys are using that. That has been so huge for me. Making sure everything on that list is checked off every single day. So obviously anything in the pockets of the days aren't on here, but you can see like on the Thursday I had to call Carolyn. I had to call with my success partner the next day. I blocked off business hours for the day that I had the day off at work. The content and coffee is in here. So everything is in here. And if you have a significant other or you have someone that maybe isn't really sure about this business or is jealous of the time that it's taking away from him or her or whatever it may be, just share this with them. Like Norm knows exactly, it's a Google Calendar. You can share it with people. Norm knows exactly what's going on every single day of the week when I do this. So it's really nice. We can plan date nights and time together, like the unplugging time, based on what I have to do in my business. And Carolyn's great with having like the team events up early in the month, so you know everything for the whole month. So this is a previous week, but I have this scheduled out all through April based on the stuff that she has on the calendar every month. So being prepared and having a plan is really crucial to actually taking action. next slide. Okay, so I can't see the chat because my screen is weird, but I just wanted to like ask you guys if anyone can just like maybe say it out loud, but what are a couple of things that are stopping you from taking daily action in your business? No one has anything?
Fear of judgment.
Fear of judgment. And that is honestly something that, like I said in the beginning, for me, that was a struggle for me, because I really was just like, I don't want people to think I'm weird or think that I'm one of those weird girls who's selling things on social media or whatever it is. But I would say for fear of judgment, definitely just dive more into your personal development, because that is going to be key for you for, I guess, overcoming like your self-doubt and your fears that you have about this business. I see in here fear of how people will respond. Kelsey, for that one, I was scared of that for a while too. And I honestly, when I would invite people, I would go hide away from my phone and just like anticipate actually opening the message because I was so afraid. And it's like, it's paralyzing for sure. And that kind of goes with Valeria saying like overthinking it. The worst thing someone can do is say no. And what we've learned in this business is that no is not always a bad thing. It's usually a not right now. And again, it's the planting the seed. So you just have to, like Carolyn said, who gives a shit? You know you're awesome and you know you have something great to offer. So I think that really diving into, focusing on working on your mindset and not worrying about other people, just worrying about yourself and taking action is all you can really do. Fear of mean people or if I'm doing it right. You really can't do it right or wrong. Honestly, you just have to do it. So if we all sat around and just didn't do anything but just waited for the right way to do something to come to us, it would never come, because your business is your business. If you take daily action and you're authentic and you show up, people are going to recognize that. So just keep showing up. Who cares about the mean people? There are a lot of mean people, and we all have the support of each other on this team, so it doesn't even matter. Don't worry about what other people think, because what they think is irrelevant to you and to your business. Okay, so my next question is, are the activities that actually move your business forward like hard to do? Like, are they hard tasks? They aren't hard tasks. Like, the reality is the tasks that we have, like the action items for this business, like the things on the tracker, we could train a 10-year-old to do. We can. It's very simple stuff. They're really easy to do, but they're really easy not to do at the same time. I don't know if any of you have read The Slight Edge, but it's an amazing book, and it talks a lot about taking consistent action over time, and doing the things that you should do even when you don't want to do it, because that's when it's going to be the most transformative to your business. And if you struggle with this, get yourself an accountability buddy. I know that Carolyn's posting the team page now on Wednesday nights or Thursday mornings to post the tracker so that we can give feedback and you can have added accountability. But if you need more than that, find someone. Share it with a friend. Talk to a significant other. Me personally, I was at a date night probably 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I told Norm about this tracker, and I told him my business goals, and I didn't ask him to do this. He is just doing this every single day. When I get home from work, he looks at me and says, "Did you finish your tracker yet?" And sometimes I'm like, "No," and I laugh, and not yet. And he's like, "Well, it's not funny. If you have these goals, you need to finish it." So like, find someone that's going to hold you accountable and that supports what you're doing. And I've seen a huge significant difference in my business when I started showing up every single day. Don't get me wrong, like from the start, I have done the things. Like, I've invited people. I may have sucked at following up for a little bit. I may have sucked at posting, but I was still inviting people, and I was still sharing this with people, whether or not it was like made publicly on my social media. So just show up and do it. Like, people that I invited, I want to say like a year and a half ago now, and told me no for a year and a half, are coming to me. So you're planting seeds for these people, and these people are watching you. Like, they're watching you even if they're not liking your stuff, even if they're not commenting on stuff, even if they're ignoring you, they are watching you. And people want to see someone that they can trust and that they know are going to show up. Who's going to trust someone that doesn't show up for themselves? When people start and stop things, people notice that, and that's something that a lot of people do. So if you're inviting someone who has a fear that she can't show up, but you're not showing up, how she can't trust you or he can't trust you. So just keep in mind that people are watching even when you don't think they are. No matter what, just keep doing the actions, because if you keep showing up, you will literally watch your life change in front of your eyes. Like, you will. I know that for a fact. I know that my life is changing. I know that when I came into this business, did not think like this was going to potentially be like a full-time thing for me. And I already know that it will be. So you have the power to change your life if you want to. So I just feel like, I know like I talk like about this a lot and about like pouring my passion into everyone, but it's going to take time to build a business. It really is. But how hard is it to give up an hour of your day every single day? It's not that hard. Like, how many hours a week do you watch Netflix? If like you're struggling to find the time, drop the Netflix for a little bit. Or I don't know, if you have like a dog or a kid, or you don't have time for personal development, take your dog for a walk, push your baby in the stroller and put some headphones in. Like, there is time in our lives to do this, but we have to choose to make the time. If you are working a job, when I started this business, I was literally building my business on my lunch breaks. And like, yeah, like Carolyn, you watched TV in the first 2 years, but now you know how to work your business and put your time where it needs to help help yourself grow. And you can do this stuff while you watch TV too, if you could focus. But anyways, you guys can do anything that you put your minds to. I have a couple more like things final things for you guys. In summary of everything that I talked about, these are the most important things that I've noticed that have helped me. You want to get a tracking system and just do it. I promise it's going to change your business. Care about other people, treat others how you want to be treated, build real relationships, and put time in to find the people that you want on your team or the people that you want to work with. Keep your pipelines full. Never run out of people to connect and invite with, and you won't if you find a system for it. I'm definitely the type of person that is like super determined to succeed, but I also don't like bullshit my goals, to put it like frankly, I guess. I like to, set my goals high for myself, but I don't set them so high that I set myself up for failure and set myself up to not show up. So make sure that you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, but make goals that are realistic to you. And if you show up every single day and you miss your goal, it doesn't even matter, because you're already growing and you're moving yourself forward. But make sure you guys just show up. You just have to show up. That's it. That's all it takes is action in this business. So I could say that like 100 times, and I probably already have. But really, that's kind of all that I have in terms of content for this call. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if anyone has any questions, I would be more than happy to answer any questions right now if anyone has any. No questions? I know I just rambled for like 40 minutes, so my throat hurts. But I probably answered a lot of stuff that you guys may have had questions on anyways. But if you guys do want me to share that little spreadsheet with you guys, I can do that. Or if you have any other questions about like how I track anything, I'd love to share that. But it's just about finding something that works good for you and fits into your world. But I think that's it. Stop this screen.
Thanks, Nat.
You're welcome. Do you guys want to take a picture?
Sure. Let's stop the recording. Awesome job, by the way. Trying to find the thing to make it stop, though, and I can't. So, what the heck?